Hello, I'm David Burton. I work with University of Missouri Extension as a community development specialist. And one of the programs I get to do every year is Neighborhood Leadership Academy. And we've had some tremendous graduates over the years come out of that program that have gone on to do things like start a community foundation, for example, um, and have done great projects in their neighborhoods and community gardens and veterans memorials and all sorts of interesting things in and around Springfield, Missouri. Neighborhood Leadership Academy is a statewide program conducted through Zoom, but we have local cohorts that are able to meet in person and get to know each other and network. And for Southwest Missouri, that has usually focused around Springfield and Republic, Ash Grove, and Willard. But this month, we just finished up a tremendous project out in Republic, Missouri, with a student from our last Neighborhood Leadership Academy. And registration for Neighborhood Leadership Academy takes place during the summer. Class begins shortly before Labor Day. It's one night a week. It runs for 10 weeks. It is worth your time, but I thought you might be encouraged by some of the media coverage that we were able to get over this project in Republic, and I'm going to share those with you now and comment as we watch.
Players in Republic have a new place to get sports equipment, and it's thanks to the thoughtfulness of a local high school student. Joe Hickman introduces us to the team who came up with that idea.
This portable storage unit was dedicated this afternoon at the Republic Community Center with civic leaders on hand as a sports equipment library. The idea came from a senior member of the Republic High School state runner-up football team, Hayden Roddick, after he took part in the Neighborhood Leadership Academy, a partnership between the University of Missouri St. Louis and MU Extension Service that asks participants to work on community improvement projects like these for their neighborhood to build leadership and organization skills. Hayden came up with a sports library as his project because of his childhood experience growing up with his mom in a single-family household.
She worked for a newspaper and an antique store, but it was still hard to make ends meet. Growing up, I played two sports. I was a football and baseball kid. But I remember one day my mom and I had to have a chat about how there was no way to afford both sports anymore. Our goal is to not make that thing that's got to go away sports, because they teach so many valuable lessons.
We may have the next major leaguer that gets to have a start because they got to use some donated equipment. I love the possibilities.
Sports is a necessity while you're a child. It's an investment in our future. We're teaching kids how to work together and to find answers to problems as they come up. That's what sports teaches.
The library program is not a giveaway. The equipment will be checked in and out through the community center. Amazon has helped get the project off the ground by donating $3,000 worth of equipment, and so far other grants have brought in about $5,000 more. But private donations are what will keep the library going.
If you have gently used equipment that you are fine to get rid of, bring it on down to the community center. We'll take it and we'll give it out to people who need it.
And before he graduates, Hayden still has one more goal in wanting to help his community.
To build an all-abilities playground here in Republic. My sister has a degenerative muscle condition that has the possibility of putting her in a wheelchair at some point. It's also about being a brother, being someone who is going to leave an impact and put the infrastructure in place for my sister in the future.
Reporting for KY3, I'm Joe Hickman.
Well, I love Hayden's passion. I love his enthusiasm for this project and for his community of Republic. And we had a lot of media coverage, and they're all worth seeing and sharing because of the different perspectives they bring. So one more that I'd like to share with you.
His past experience to help open doors for other students. Hayden Roddick remembers not being able to play certain sports because his family couldn't afford the equipment. Now he is the force behind a sports equipment library that opened today. Color 10's Parker Paget is live in Republic this evening, where a ribbon cutting was held this afternoon.
Yeah, Hayden Roddick worked on this project as part of the Neighborhood Leadership Academy, and now it's come to fruition here behind the Republic Recreation Center, and he says a conversation with his mother was his inspiration.
Don't let an opportunity come and pass you by.
17-year-old Hayden Roddick was on vacation when he applied to the Neighborhood Leadership Academy.
It's every fall. It's 10 weeks. It's usually adults. Hayden was the first high school student we'd had in that class.
Everyone in the academy has to come up with a project, something Hayden hadn't thought of when he signed up.
I got to figure out something to do at the end of this thing, right? That's how I get my certificate. I got soccer balls.
So he says he looked into his past.
My mom worked 2 jobs to keep us afloat. Worked at an antique store and at the local newspaper. My mom and I had a conversation about how it wasn't possible to afford both sports anymore. And so for me, I chose football. It still was a conversation that sticks with me to this day, because that shouldn't have to be the option.
That inspiration led to the new sports equipment library, where coaches or families can check out gear for a season thanks to helpful donations.
We were very lucky that the Amazon plant here in town, they were so excited to partner with us, and so they provided $3,000 worth of equipment.
Hayden's teacher, David Burton, says there's already momentum to create more in Republic.
This one's, I think, is kind of special. They've talked about the potential to maybe add a container over at the newer park when it's built and have soccer equipment and stuff over there.
We have regular baseball helmets.
Hayden's mother says she's proud of her son.
I know what big visions he has for the future, and it just makes me feel so full of hope, because if he can do this at 17, what is he going to do at 37? I think that he is going to make an impact on the world, even if that world is just his community.
Hayden tells me he's already working on his next project for his senior year, and that is trying to bring an all-abilities playground to the city of Republic. He's inspired by his younger sister, who has a rare degenerative muscular condition. Reporting live in Republic, Parker Paget, Color 10 News.
Each year,
So how
America's
great is that? I mean, Hayden is a go-getter. I love his enthusiasm and passion for the things that he's working on. That came through loud and clear in the class. Not only did he reduce the average age of our class participants by 20 or 30 years, again, the first high school student we've had in Neighborhood Leadership Academy, but he came prepared and he came enthusiastic for his projects and what other people were doing as well. And that came through loud and clear on this. It's a big effort, and I think it'll have real benefits over the long term. A sports equipment library. I can't let this moment pass by without, yes, saying thanks to Amazon and their willingness to listen to Hayden and to support the effort, but then also the employees at the community center, especially Chris Arnold and Garrett Klein, who met with Hayden and I a couple of times and were really very supportive of the idea, added some additional thoughts, went through steps about how it could work there in Republic and the best location for the container and so forth. The project would not have happened without their support and their input. And so it's a good thing for Republic. It's a good project for Hayden to have completed. And if you'd like to get in on something like this, I would encourage you to get enrolled in Neighborhood Leadership Academy. Further information in the comments or the dialogue section of this video, and hope to see you in class soon.